of having an offense that doesn't start as quickly as we're accustomed to seeing apps start. Have you run across that before? Are there circumstances that you're seeing now that you can go back and say, you know what, I remember a time when, and maybe apply some stuff to what you're trying to maybe jumpstart these guys with?
Yeah, I think we've certainly had offenses in the past over the years that maybe didn't start out great, and then for whatever reason you start clicking. I think, and I think in all instances, I think a lot of it has to do with the opponent you're playing. I think, with their scheme that they put in that you devise throughout the week has been good, and we've got to make adjustments quicker. I think that's part of it as coaches, and we've got to figure out what are they doing to us, and then how can we attack that, and how can we make that better. And we've not done a good job, I don't think, as coaches of doing that soon enough. We've been able to do it, but not soon enough. And then I think as part of it is execution with your players. We're playing some. We've got some guys, especially in the receiving room. You got Noah Hannon, who's a freshman. You got two true freshmen out wide. Some other guys that haven't played as much, and sometimes you got to get those guys in position to make plays, and young players, and that's us as coaches got to do a better job with that. And hopefully we can do that in a quicker rate.
Been a few turnovers the last couple of weeks, 4 of them, either receivers trying to put a catch away or maybe having the ball deflect off. In terms of talking with them and working with them on ball security, what have you guys focused on there?
Yeah, I think some of that is just looking the ball in. Malik had one Saturday, and we actually had 2 turnovers Saturday. Not taking care of a football and a fumble, and then the catch was a little bit behind, but he normally makes that catch. Thomas had one right here in New Mexico State. I thought he made a good catch. He's going to put it away, and the DB did a great job of knocking it out. Sometimes that's going to happen. We've done a pretty good job up to this point, the last 2 weeks, of taking care of the football. We got to continue to take care of the ball, especially when, like this week, when you're playing a team that's a ball control type offense. You got to take care of the football, and you may not get as many possessions, so we got to be able to finish those off with points. But it's just about going back to fundamentals. That's what it boils down to. And we're going to still play hard and take chances and all that, but you got to do it in a smart way where you don't turn the ball over.
With those inexperienced guys, like specifically the O-line, are they where you want them to be at this point? And I guess I know playing time is really.
Yeah.
They just have to do it.
Yeah, you got to keep playing. No, they're not where we want them to be. And I don't know that we'll ever be there. We're always going to strive to continue to improve and to be better. And but there's you go back and watch the film. There's one player on this play, and it's going to go 15, 20 yards instead we lose a yard. And you go back and there's many plays like that. So we got to be more consistent as a unit, I think, in order to get those kind of plays that we need. And when plays are there, we got to make the plays. There were some plays out there Saturday that were there. We just didn't make the play, and that's where maybe it's a young guy who's in that position, or in some cases it's an older guy. So we just got to be able to make those plays when they present themselves.
In terms of Coastal, and looking at, I watched their game with Georgia State. Nothing terribly exotic defensively. They looked almost exclusively zone. I didn't see a ton of man from them. They'd run a blitz at you every now and then, but it was very down distance specific. It's kind of like they're saying, you know what, we're just going to keep everything in front of us, and you're going to have to make a play, and you're going to have to sustain a drive to get down on us. What have you guys seen on film?
Yeah, in that game they did that. Then when you turn on the Monroe game, they were bringing their safeties down and playing a little bit more man, and I think Monroe ended up hitting some big plays on them, put some points up on the board. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. If they go off of last week's, they'll probably blitz quite a bit because Idaho did and had some success in it because they've shown the ability to blitz, and so we're preparing for all of it. I'm not sure what we'll get. I know this, they'll try to stop the run. So in trying to do that, they may bring pressures. And when you bring some of those pressures, you'll play some man out there. So they'll have some opportunities, I think, to try to get the ball down the field in the passing game. But we all know that we need to establish the run and find some ways to get the ball in the hand of these backs and let them run the football.
What's so different, I guess, about